Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about Matthew Golden. As you can see here, Malik Willis throwing the football to him. I would love to make a Packers video every day, but honestly, when I do, I get way too excited. We're going to show you another clip of Matthew Golden here that kind of puts this into perspective, because this is a beautiful, I mean, it almost looks like an interception because he's wearing number 22, but this looks like, and hey, I'm a Packers fan. Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, these dudes are all super good, but Matthew Golden genuinely looks like wide receiver number 1. This team was top 10 in scoring last season, and I'm going to show you this other clip, or angle. So all of us were so excited when Matthew Golden, or the Green Bay Packers, took a wide receiver in the first round for the first time since 2002. I was like 3 years old. But as you can see here, this guy first off catches everything. I mean, he really does. And you can go out there, and there were some, other first round draft picks at the wide receiver position. This guy catches everything. His tracking ability, obviously his speed is very impressive. His drop rate is very impressive. Everything about Matthew Golden last year at Texas was very impressive as far as statistics go. But if you watch college football, or you watch Texas, you watch some Matthew Golden film, it speaks for itself. And it's stuff like this. Because this defensive back actually does a really good job. This ball's underthrown. Right, this ball is very underthrown for Malik. Well, not very, I'm not trying to ridicule Malik here, but it's an underthrown football. And the Seahawks DB does a good job of trying to break this up. And as you can see from the focus here, the ball is bobbled, and he catches this with his damn left hand and then comes in and secures the catch with 2 hands. And this is, like I said, I'm a biased Green Bay Packers fan. Jaden Reed's a stud to me. Romeo Doubs is a stud to me. Christian Watson, when he's healthy, is an absolute stud to me as well. And so this team gets ridiculed because they have all these quote-unquote wide receiver number 2s. And I watch Matthew Golden in preseason in his tape at Texas, and I'm like, he looks like wide receiver number 1 to me. Not to overreact to preseason, but if we're seeing this in the regular season, folks, and the Packers are not going to be like, in my opinion, they're not going to be like a statistical team, right? Just like Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, all these kids, you look at their statistics from the past couple of years, there's nothing too like eye-popping necessarily. I'm not sure what Matthew Golden's statistics will be in his rookie campaign, but I do think he will be the wide receiver number 1 if we see this extend into the regular season. Just to further extend this is Malik Willis, first off, the quarterback for this football game, nor Jordan Love in that final preseason game against Seattle. And we're going to get to the defense in just 1 second, folks. If you don't mind hitting that like button, hitting that sub button if you haven't already, but we're trying to reach 100 likes on tonight's video. This dude is a gem. He truly is. I love his demeanor. I love his confident, cool, calm, collected demeanor. But I really liked this route. And this was, obviously his 1 touchdown from the 20-7 preseason win against the Seattle Seahawks, obviously. And this was his 1 catch. This is technically for 1 yard. And like I kind of said in that last video, the Packers aren't going to be a statistical team, in my opinion. As far as, first off, that's kind of how receiving yards are going in today's era. But I just love this. I love everything about it. Maintains control of the football. But I like this hezzy right here. I like this route. It's so brief. It's so quick. You see how he goes. So first off, this defensive back, we got his hips. His hips are shaped in this way. And it looks like Romeo is about to do like, some wide receiver fade here. This small little step to create just a sliver. Just a little sliver. You see how his hips just immediately turn. He's late. He's already late. And that's Malik is already looking in his direction. This is obviously where the football was designed to go. It's this small stuff that just adds up. And with Jordan Love or Malik Willis or whoever's throwing him the football, hopefully it's Jordan Love, a fully healthy campaign, it has me so excited because, like I said, the rhetoric around this Packers team is, oh, they have a bunch of wide receiver number 2s. First off, that's a very, very, very good problem to have. But at the end of the day, all these guys, at any given day, in any given game, can step up as we've seen before. But let's move to the defense. Here we're looking at Quay Walker right there. And then you're also going to see Edgerrin Cooper on a blitz get to Jalen Milroe. This linebacker room is something that's often critiqued. And, Quay comes in here, gets the sack, solidifies the sack. But even if you watch Edgerrin once again here, all these dudes are studs. We're about to talk about Hopper. We're about to talk about Brenton Cox. All these SEC boys had been making strides in preseason, and they also had good rookie seasons. Quay Walker's one of these Packers where, I go back a couple of years ago in that Detroit Lions football game, last game with Aaron Rodgers, and yeah, leaves a bad stain in your mouth as far as it really sucked, and I won't even comment on it more. But I love this because Quay's sniffing it out, and he's seeing Jalen Milroe's eyes are just, they're left. They're left this entire time, and so he's going to sneak this, and he's going to get to the right. But we're looking at Edgerrin here, who trips him. This angle isn't the best right here, but you're going to see Edgerrin Cooper just bulldoze, and he's going to get a hand on Jalen Milroe's foot, but he's able to, kind of maneuver out of this pocket here, and Quay's going to come in and just finish this off for the sack here. So I loved everything defensively, especially in this football game, from Quay Walker, Edgerrin Cooper, all these Packers defensive players. You see Rashawn Gary and Lucas Van Ness, they're collapsing the pocket. The defensive line's doing a phenomenal job here. But let's show you some more. But I love this. Now, I was huge on Tyron Hopper coming out of college. The thing is, people were saying he's a one-trick pony. He wasn't very good in coverage in his rookie campaign. People were saying he wasn't good at tackling. We're going to show you a couple of clips here. Now, even real quick, you're going to see Carl Brooks and Colby Wooden also just do a phenomenal job. I want to say in 94, Carl Brooks does a great job of maintaining this line of scrimmage. It's a run play. He's sniffing it out. We got Hopper all the way back here, number 59. Carl Brooks does a great job here of holding his offensive lineman and then getting a hand in there, and then Tyron Hopper comes on in here and finishes it off. But this next clip gets me even more excited because Tyron Hopper was one of the highest graded players on defense in all of preseason as far as PFF goes. And I do want to say he had like a 95 PFF grade for the Green Bay Packers, and that was number 1 in preseason. All right, so here we go. This is Jalen Milroe, number 6. Now you're going to see Hopper right here, and this is credited as a sack. So the pocket gets collapsed. We've got great interior pressure. Hopper is covering the running back. Now Jalen Milroe is moving. He's pointing. Hopper stays ready. He stays home. 22's got no chance of blocking him. And he comes on in here and finishes this tackle. Now, like I said in that last clip, so first off, once again, here's Hopper. All right, and his coverage here is number 22 for the Seattle Seahawks. His biggest critique from preseason and when he played last year for Green Bay was his inadequacy as far as tackling goes. All right, we're staying home. And then he comes in here, and the whole Packers team does a great job of, they collapse the pocket, 53, 57. Everyone's going towards the ball. That's a really great sign just in general. But then Hopper's going to stay home, and he's going to get Jalen Milroe here for the sack on 4th and 2 for a turnover on downs. Before we get into Brenton Cox, once again, I'm so big on Tyron Hopper, all right? What was he, the 91st pick out of last year? His inadequacy to tackle, I'll actually just let this play out because his athleticism and his ability, first off, sniff out this run. All right, it's a run. Jalen Milroe, you never know, he can always pop this for 20, 30 yards. I'm very big on Jalen Milroe's potential, but that's neither here nor there. Evades one tackle or one block, evades another block, and then boom. This is beautiful. And this is something, like I said, we did not see at a high level last year for the Green Bay Packers. Not the best tackler. So I love this athleticism, getting downhill and sniffing out this run. All right, guys, we're going to end it here. As you can see, Brenton Cox, number 57. One thing I do want to note, he played like 100 snaps last season. I think it was a little over 100 snaps last year. He had 4 total sacks. This is a guy out of Florida. And I'm big on all these SEC kids. Now, you see Kingsley Ngabare is the one who really he does a great job of, maneuvering and getting right here to the pocket as well. But I really liked the pass rush that I saw from this Packers team. To give you another angle, we got Ngabare over here, number 55. We got Brenton Cox over here on the left side. And they just get immediately, first off, look at this. Right tackle has no chance, or that's not even the right tackle. Dude has no chance of blocking him, goes right by him, and then number 65, the Seahawks right tackle, is not prepared to block him. And then we got Ngabare. The whole defensive line, once again, just doing a great job of sniffing all this out, getting to the passer. So I'm really excited. You know, like I said, I'm a Packers homer, and I don't make too many Packers videos because I feel like it takes the fun out of it because, like I said, I'm a biased Green Bay Packers fan, so I see stuff like this in preseason and I get a little bit too excited. But all these young kids on this Packers defense, Matthew Golden, Romeo Doubs, it has me so excited. A healthy Jordan Love, most importantly. But folks, that's going to be it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Let me know if you want any film reviews from any Packers player, and we'll see you soon. Peace.